What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today's topic is about the top 3 things you need when you want to start your own pressure washing business. If you don't have these 3 things locked in, you're gonna probably waste a bunch of money and burn out. Most people think you just buy a pressure washer and go knock on doors, but these are the 3 mandatory things you need if you actually want to scale a business. All right, the first thing you need is the right equipment. Equipment matters, but at the end of the day, you don't need a $30,000 skid to get started, but you also shouldn't show up with a 2.5 gallon a minute pressure washer from Home Depot expecting to get a lot of work done. Here's a list of a few things you actually need when you want to start, but I also made a full in-depth YouTube video on my channel. I'll put a link down in the description if you guys want to go watch that video as well. That covers everything about equipment. But to keep it short and sweet, here's what you actually need. The first thing you need is obviously your pressure washer. I highly recommend starting with a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. You technically can start with a 2.5 gallon a minute pressure washer, and if you're tight on budget, I would highly recommend starting with that, but you honestly won't get that much work done and you're gonna make your money back so much faster with a 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. You'll also need a surface cleaner. This will save you so much time on driveways and sidewalks rather than just using a wand to manually do everything. The surface cleaner literally does everything for you. It's basically like a lawnmower, but for pressure washing. You also need 2 hoses. One is a high pressure hose that you actually use from the pressure washer to your surface cleaner or your pressure washing gun. And the other hose is the one that you connect to the spigot of the customer's house directly into your pressure washer, which gives the water to the pressure washer. Next couple things you might want, but you don't necessarily need, is a garden hose reel and a trailer. Garden hose reels save so much time when you're done with jobs. You can just easily wrap things up rather than just throwing all of your hoses in your trailer or your car, and that way they don't get kinked or make knots in them as well. It just keeps it super simple and it saves so much time. I also would highly recommend going on Facebook Marketplace to try to find a trailer. This is what I did when I started. I found a trailer for about $1,500, but you could probably find one for cheaper. It's just saves so much time, and you can easily take your equipment off if you just want to use your car for something else. When you're just starting off, try not to overcomplicate it and just get the most simple things possible just to get started. But again, I'll also put a link down in the description for the full in-depth video on me going over all the equipment. So if you guys want to go check that out, that'd be great. I also put links to every single item that I use in my description of my videos directly to Amazon, so you guys can purchase from there directly. All right, the next thing for your guys' business you will need is a good CRM. This way you can send professional quotes, receive payments, create a schedule, have a platform that all of your business is in one place. This is what really nobody talks about, and you can have the best equipment in the world but not have a good CRM in an actual running business. When I first started my business, I used paper invoices, and it was the biggest pain in the butt, and I could never get payment on time. You'll definitely need a good CRM. Tracking jobs on your Google Sheets or your Notes apps just becomes way too difficult, and you can't really follow up with your customers with that. So the best CRM that I've found, and the one that I use for my business personally, is called Jobber. Jobber handles quotes, invoices, online payments, automatic reminders, scheduling, customer communication, reoccurring jobs, and so much more. Instead of chasing payments that I used to do, Jobber actually sends automatic reminders to all of my customers if they haven't paid. I love Jobber because I can actually run my entire business just on my cell phone. When I switched to using Jobber, it actually made my company a lot more money because my customers realized that I was way more professional and it was actually so much easier to get jobs done. And here's the best part: you can do a 14-day completely free trial with Jobber and also 20% off for 6 months through the link in the description of my video. If you're actually serious about starting your business, you will need Jobber by your side. So again, link down in the description, go check it out. You guys won't regret it. All right, the last thing you guys will need when you're starting off is marketing that actually gets you paid, because the equipment and the CRM doesn't make the phone ring. If your guys' budget is low, here's what you need when you're just starting out. When I started off, I went to neighborhoods and I put door hangers on so many houses, and at night I would actually go out and put out a bunch of yard signs as well. And what I would recommend doing is doing a couple jobs for completely free for friends and family, just so you get some before and after pictures so you can post those pictures on the Facebook groups. I would also highly recommend getting on social media such as TikTok, Instagram, or even YouTube. And another kind of final thing you'll need is a Google business profile, and make sure you guys are asking for reviews from every single customer that you do work for. Most beginners overthink marketing, but it'll honestly be a snowball effect, especially if you do great work. Your name will be spread around for referrals to your other neighbors or even businesses. Your first 10 to 20 jobs will likely come from word of mouth, door knocking, or Facebook groups. But as you start to build an actual business, the momentum will come and you'll start to get so many more leads. That's basically it for this video. You guys don't need a massive loan, a huge crew, or even fancy branding on your first day. You need solid equipment, a good CRM, and consistent marketing. One last thing before I end this video, I made a completely free pressure washing community just for you guys. It's a great way to learn from me and other people in the community. I also post exclusive videos on there going super in depth on how to actually start a pressure washing business. It's a great community. Just ask questions. I know how difficult it is to get started with your pressure washing business, but I will be limiting the spots in this community, so if you guys can join now, I would join right now. All right, that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.